Hello, I'm Cece. I'm an LCSW, licensed clinical social worker. This video is for people that are thinking about wanting to be a social worker, or it's kind of like an intro, what to expect, and people who want to be a therapist. Hi, baby therapist, future baby therapist. You are important, you are valued here. Welcome. Okay. So basically, you've probably been told that people who go into social work, y'all not going to make any money. Oh, you're not in it for the income, you're in it for the outcome. But we need an income to get paid and to eat, honey. So let's start there. Um, so social workers need to get paid more. The end. End of video. Click out. I'm just kidding. Don't. But yeah, we do need to get paid more. We are so undervalued and we are not recognized or respected in the field, and people just think social workers are CPS workers to come and take their babies away from their house, and social workers do a heck of a lot more than that. So let's sit down and learn. I'm sorry. Okay, so my journey was I was in my undergrad, I majored in psychology. So if you are wanting to go the social work route, I would not recommend majoring in psychology for your bachelor's. Major in social work for your bachelor's. Why? Bachelor's is 4 years, so you're going to do that anyways. But when you go to your master's program in social work, if you've majored in social work for your undergrad, you only have to do 1 year for your master's program. Since I majored in psychology in my undergrad, I had to do 2 years. So you could eliminate like $10,000 of student loans. Come on, Daddy Biden. Anyways, student loans suck. It's a scam. But yeah, so if you're thinking about social work, starting out, I'm gonna be real. You're not gonna make any money, like starting out, because you're probably gonna work for a nonprofit. Like starting out, probably 35 to 55K a year, and considering how much debt you accrued to even get this degree, and especially if you are licensed, it's insane. Like the degrees that you have plus your licensing, you can accumulate a debt of like 60,000 to 100,000 or 120,000. And for these jobs to be paying you 35 to 55,000, it's a freaking slap in the face. So yeah, and when you just get a job out of college, you're probably going to be making around 35 to 55K. But this is where the encouragement comes in. Not all hope is lost. I'm going to give you some tips that I wish I would have done in college, so maybe you can find a better paying job. When you're in college and you're, going for social work, freaking network the crap off. Network. I'm telling you. Talk to your professors. Volunteer. Study abroad. Like, be buddy buddies with the whole social work department, because that department has some connections outside of the university. You think, oh, these old heads or whatever. Yeah, but these old heads have been in the field for years, honey. When you're at your internships, freaking network. What do I mean when I say network? Talk to people. So whatever route you're thinking about going to becoming a social worker, if you want to be a hospital social worker, I want you to go on Google and research some jobs or some organizations that have hospital social workers. So hospitals around the area. Okay, find out who the social worker is at that hospital. Call up that hospital or call up that person. Email them. Introduce yourself. Say you're a social work student and you're really thinking about going into hospital social work, and you were just wondering if you could buy them a coffee, or if they can talk to you on the phone for 15 minutes just to see what their experience was like and how they got the job that they do and what kind of duties and responsibilities do they have with that job. And you could literally make instant connections just by doing that. So when you're in college, network. Go to, when you're in college as a social worker, becoming a social worker, you're going to get the NASW membership for a discounted price. Take advantage of that. Take it, because The NASW, I think it's like when I had the NASW membership, it was $65. But now that I'm out of school, it's like $125. What? Yeah. But the NSW, National Association of Social Work Board, or social workers, they have webinars that you could go to. They have conferences that you could go to, and you can network within those conferences. You can go, you can introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Cece, I'm this, I'm that. Like, I'm a social work student. Like, can you tell me what you do? Can you tell me what you do? Like, make all the connections you could get. Now, if you know you want to be a therapist, that's like the end all be all goal. I'm not one to burst a bubble, but I am one to let you know what's up. So, when you do be a therapist, when you're going to be a therapist, you need to read the book, The Gift of Therapy by Irvin D. Yalom. That book has really taught me everything I know. Well, not everything, but a lot of things that I hold dear when I was a therapist, when I was practicing psychotherapy. Like, it just talks about the overall experience of being a therapist, like the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And it's great. It is a gut-wrenching, humbling, like, profession. It is. And the thing is with social work too, if you do get your LCSW, you want to go into private practice. I know you have heard private practice is the ultimate end goal. Like, oh, I can make a lot of money in private practice. And you usually hear, oh, people in social work, unless they're doing private practice, they're not making a lot of money. Well, the thing about private practice, it has its ups and downs, just like with everything. I worked in a group practice for 6 months, and my caseload didn't get above 15. And that is nothing. I was bringing home $700 paychecks every 2 weeks. Because in group practice, if you're going to go in a group practice, you need to ask if they have no-show protection. That means that if a client cancels or doesn't show up, are you still going to get paid? Because if not, just because you do a lot of research and you do documentation and it takes you forever, you're not getting paid for that documentation. You are getting paid solely by the hour that you spend with your client. And here's the thing I don't like about private practice. If you don't see people, you don't get paid. Unless you have like no-show protection and this and that. And I don't like insurance. I hate insurance. And you have to get paneled if you want like to reach a lot more clients, to build up your private practice. A lot of people like to get paneled with a lot of insurances. But the thing about insurances is they take a portion, you negotiate with them about whatever percentage they're going to pay you if you panel through them. And that freaking process just sucks. And it's annoying. What I'm going to do later on, and I'm a lot more stable and a lot less stressed, I'm going to have private practice as a side hustle, and I'm going to take private pay. What that is cash under the table. I'm just kidding. No, but it's just cash. You charge a certain amount for your session. I'm probably going to charge $40 to $100. I saw some therapists charge like $225, $250. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. But yeah, I want to give my clients the satisfaction of no surprises, no claims, no insurance crap. No, you want a service? Just pay me. And that's it. Nothing else. I don't want no surprises. So you pay for a service, here's your receipt. That type of shit. That's what I want. Yeah, so there's private practice. Now, I don't know what it's like to own a private practice. No idea. But I have heard very good things about Simple Practice. What that is, it's an EHR, electronic health record. So if you pay for like the premium of Simple Practice, then they can help you with scheduling appointments. They can help you with, how you can set up being paid. And I've looked at it. I've never had it, but I've looked at it, and I'm definitely going to be looking at that when later on down the road. But you can be a lot of things in social work. You can do a lot, but another recommendation that I would give, so the first one I told you is network your butt off when you're in college, okay? Can only benefit you. Get your name out there. Second one, if you're going to be a therapist, read The Gift of Therapy by Irvin D. Yalom. Third one is Oh, snap. What was the third one? I had it at the top of my head, and I freaking forgot it. Okay, network. The book. Oh, don't take any lowball offers. When you go and interview for these jobs, especially at CMH agencies, they're going to lowball the crap out of you. They're going to give you a crappy offer, 35, 55K. What? Now, granted, you probably are not going to be making over 55K your first year out of school of social work. It's not going to happen. So don't take the first offer that any job ever gives you, because most jobs are looking to negotiate with you. And these recruiters, they're ruthless. When these recruiters are asking you, oh, well, what is your expected salary, or what are you looking to make? You ask them, what is the budget for someone in this position, or what is usually the starting salary for someone in this position? Oh, well, it just depends on the level of experience. Okay, what does the budget look like? Can you tell me what the budget looks like for this position? Or if they don't want to give you an answer, go to Glassdoor and research. Or Google, how much does a case manager make? And they'll give you like a yearly salary. And if anything, just freaking highball it. You're like, oh, I'm looking to make, like, if you're first starting out, I'm looking to make like 60K. 60K. Because starting out as a social worker and making 60K, hello, cash money. That's great. Like, when I first started out, I was making like 40. And I was doing the absolute most. So, always negotiate. Negotiate. And when I went to college, another recommendation, they didn't teach me the business side of social work of starting up my own private practice. They don't teach a business side of shit. They didn't teach me. So I would definitely recommend, like, talking with someone that actually owns a private practice if that is your end goal, or like take business classes and like learn the numbers, learn the statistics, learn what's really happening. Because if your program was anything like mine, we didn't get that. We didn't get that education. You got all these baby therapists that you just shoving out in the world, right? And you just expecting us to freaking fly when you ain't even teach us how to use our wings. Like, you want us to open up businesses, but you're not going to teach us how. You teaching us how to be a therapist, but you're not even teaching us the business side of it. What's going on? So maybe when I open up my own business and private practice, I'll make sure I do a video on it so y'all can have a little something. But anyways, yeah. So those are the 4 recommendations that I would give you as a new therapist entering the field. Let's go over them again. 1, network. Freaking butt off. 2, read The Gift of Therapy by Irvin D. Yalom. And I also have a little book. I'm not trying to self-promote, but lightweight. A little journal that I specifically made for new therapists. It's called Session Book for Therapists. It's supposed to be an easier way for you to take notes. So when you're in a new session, when you're with a new client, whatever, or an old client, whatever, you're taking notes. In this little book, there's a word bank that I made of common interventions therapists use during sessions, like active listening, CBT, DBT, reflective listening, coping skills, modeling, bunch of stuff that we do in a regular therapy session we're not even thinking about because we're just in that moment with that specific client. But in my little book that I got, it's on Amazon, and I'll link it down below. It's like $15, I think. So there's a word bank of common interventions. Then there's a space at the bottom where you could fill in your notes about how the client responded or other notes. And I got one review on Amazon. They're like, oh, I'm a new therapist. This has been so helpful. I'm like, someone actually likes it. Because there's anything I do like. I like to help people to prevent, making some of the mistakes that I have. So yeah, I would get that book. The third recommendation is to don't accept every freaking offer, like, without negotiating. Don't accept any offer without negotiation. Learn to negotiate, learn to stick up for yourself, advocate for yourself, because throughout your whole social work career, you're going to spend it all by advocating for other people. And what about yourself? You need to get paid. You need them coins to eat and to live. So, Advocate for yourself. And the fifth one, learn about the business side of social work. Talk to people that are already in private practice. You know, maybe take a business class or something, so you can learn the ins and outs of starting a business, so you don't get yourself in a lot of debt, so you don't make some mistakes, or so you don't screw yourself over in the end. So that's just some advice that I have for new therapists or social work students. Just stuff to think about. Don't let people make you feel bad for wanting to join social work. Social work is a great field. We're not really respected. We're not really recognized. We're known as baby snatchers. But like, not all of us are working in CPS. Not saying CPS is all baby snatchers. No. I have a great level of respect for anyone that works in CPS, because I already know the stress, because I've worked with CPS before. I know the stress. Social workers are great. The world needs social workers. Like, without social workers, a lot of stuff wouldn't happen. We're great teachers. We're great advocators. We're great at helping people. We're very resourceful. And there's hospital social work. There's, therapy, private practice. There's case managers. There's grant writers. There's, authors. There's teachers. What else? There's, I know there's more. It's a crap ton more. I just can't think of any off the top of my head right now. But yeah. There's a macro social work. Oh, I want to get in macro social work one day. One freaking day. Those are the social workers that are changing policies that are going to affect the world. There's micro, meso, macro social workers. Meso social workers, what I do. I'm meso. I'm considered meso because I'm a community social worker. I connect people with resources to help them get what they need in the community. And it's a very fulfilling job. It's a lot less stressful than being a therapist. Yeah. But I do miss that individual work sometimes. Yeah. That's why I'm going to use therapy as a side hustle in the future. Anyways. But yeah. Whenever you do become a therapist, you're going to have imposter syndrome. You're going to be like, oh my God, am I actually doing this? Am I actually a real therapist? Oh shit, I am the therapist. What? We've all been there. We've all felt that way. And just keep a listening ear. Give them a shoulder to cry on. Like, no pun intended. But just, just listen to them, respect them. And anyone who gets a therapist, they just want to be heard and they want to be understood. And just keep your boundaries up. Keep your freaking boundaries up. We can do a whole nother video for that if y'all want. Because my boundaries been tested lots of times. My lord. Ooh. Scary sometimes. The stuff you get into as a therapist, you don't even know. I can do a whole video on that too. But yeah, just let me know what y'all think. Tell me in the comments. I'll give y'all all the tea on being a social worker and working with CPS if you want. Because I done spent 2.5 years working with CPS, doing home visits. I was a home-based therapist, doing home visits, testifying in court, working with parents, working with the kids, working with the foster parents. Did it all. Not all, but a lot. So yeah, if you want, a video on that, just let me know. But all right, I hope this was helpful. And yeah, if you're a new therapist, I literally wrote a little journal specifically for y'all. Because actually, I wrote it for me first because I wanted it. I'm like, I bought a notebook on Amazon for coaches, and that made me so annoyed. Because I'm not a freaking coach. I'm a therapist. I'm a freaking therapist. And I couldn't find any, notebooks like the way I wanted them. I wanted to say therapist because I'm a freaking therapist, so I made one. And I'm selling it. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of the night. And I hope this was helpful. Okay. Bye now.